Right. Hello, Miss Sidda Lee. So this will be your video lesson for your March 4th lesson that you're missing. I'm just going to start at the top of your lesson plan and work my way down so we cover everything. So we're going to start off with the E minor scale we're working on. Let me make sure, yeah, I'll run out. So on the right hand, we'll start E natural minor, just an F sharp. And now left hand, same thing. We're adding in the harmonic version of that scale this week. So as we know, the harmonic takes the 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th note of the scale, and we raise it up a half step. So D is going to be D sharp. Listen to the differences. E minor harmonic now. Oops, sorry. Practice along with that. If it's too quick, just slow the YouTube video down. In this bottom corner, click on settings, click on playback speed, click on custom, and slide it down to 80% or so you can play along slowly. Triads now, as we know, they're going to be the 1st, 3rd, and 5th note of the scale. So in this case, it's going to be E, G, and B. So let's do broken first, and we'll start with the right hand. Left hand. And now solid right hand. And left hand. So I know that was pretty quick, but you can slow down the video if you need to when you're practicing at home. And make sure you watch when you use finger 2 on the triad. So first position. Root position is always 1, 3, 5 in both hands. First inversion, right hand uses finger 2. Second inversion, left hand uses finger 2. And then when you're back at root position at the top, it's 1, 3, 5 in both hands again. So finger 2 left hand, finger 2 right hand, and 1, 3, 5. Okay, so that's warm-ups. Now we're going to a swinging leprechaun. And the goal was the whole song, hands separate, and 2 lines, hands together. So page 14. Let me find that in this book and play it for you so you can play along with that. Okay, so here is the right hand, and I'll go pretty slow so you can play along with it. If I sit here, oh, I don't want my head to be in the way. Let's move that about there. Okay, so here we go, right hand. 1, 2, actually that's a little quick. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the left hand plays that last note at the end there. Okay, so here we go, left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go from the last measure of the 3rd line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now here's the first 2 lines, hands together, and I'll go a bit slower for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. line, the first two measures of the third line anyways, because you already know this part. Okay, and then your mission is to get up to here. So line 3, the next two measures, hands together. So you already should be here, hands together, 2 lines, adding on 2 more measures. So up to here, hands together for March. 4 plus 7 is 11. March 11th up to here. Okay, next we have the ballet. You know that one really well, so I'm not going to play it for you as a review. So let's look at Red Satin Jazz, but keep playing the ballet once or twice a week just to keep it fresh in your memory. But I'll play Red Satin Jazz to the end for you, hands together, so you can practice along with this track. 1, 2, here we go. That's Red Satin Jazz. Just make sure you're focusing on making your dynamics nice and clear and your rhythm nice and even. Okay, moving on to Young Ludwig Exploring, which is all the way to the back. Oop, almost back, second last thing. So I'm going to play the whole thing left hand, then the whole thing right hand, and then we'll look at the section you were supposed to practice hands together. So starting with left hand, here we go, and 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. So nice and short and sweet. Here's the right hand. I'll skip the first measure starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So here is, I don't actually have written down, it just says in my notes, to March 11th mark in your book. So I'm not sure where that is. So I'm just going to play the whole thing really nice and slow, hands together, so you can practice along with this. And I don't know if you noticed, but at the end there I held my hands there for 1, 2, 3, and then I put them in my lap, because the song doesn't end when the notes end. There's still 3 beats at the end of rest. So the song ends when it ends, at the very end. You gotta still stay there for the rest. Okay, and then next is Eine kleine Nachtmusik. And let me just pull up on my computer the version I gave you. Okay, and the goal was just the first 4 measures, hands together. So right hand we go. guess what? So the only black note in there is an F sharp. Make sure you're watching your key signature, but it's the same in both hands. Let's try it hands together now. I'll go a bit slower. Okay, moving on. Here's the next part with the right hand. We'll do 4 more measures. So that'll bring us to the end of line 2. Here we go, starting where we stopped off with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Here's the right hand. Now we'll go left hand from where we left off. Starting with B and D, right, just hugging close to middle C. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So not too bad at all. Here is those next 4 measures, hands together now. This is a pretty big goal, so if it's too much, that's okay. But here's like a big goal. Give it your best shot. Try for next week to have this 8 measures, hands together. So I'll go slow. Try and play along. Again, this is a big goal, so if it's too much, that's okay. This is just a big goal, so if it's too much, we'll take time with it. So here's 8 measures of Eine kleine Nachtmusik, hands together. That's all you get for now, because I can't play the whole song for you. That'd be too easy. Okay, so do your best on that. Again, it's a big goal, so just go slow. Sight reading and ear training, we're just going to come back to when we're back together in person, just because I have to be with you to do that. Anyways, and then for your theory, the goal was to have to the end of page 26 done for March 4th. So why don't we say... Oh, you know what? I lied, because we planned that in your lesson. So just do the pages we talked about for March 11th, because that's already what we planned. Okay, video lesson all done for you, and I'll write some notes in your lesson plan to go with this as well. Have a good one. See you on March 11th.